Alright guys, Tyler from Allstar Airsoft bringing you a video on some common problems with our rental guns here at Allstar Airsoft. Okay, so here at Allstar Airsoft we do use two types of guns for our rental equipment. One being the G&G combat machine, the original G&G combat machine CM16 Raider. Just the standard one with the handguard, as you guys can see, just the standard AR-15. Everything typical like that. And then our recently acquired rentals are these Valken battle machines. Both of them have had problems. Both of them do continue to get problems, and I wanted to kind of address those. This is obviously going to be more so for the techier side of the audience, just in case you're wondering about certain guns or how they performed, under a lot of stress like they are put through here at Allstar Airsoft. So obviously for a couple of problems, we're going to go over what we use with them. We run just Valken .20 gram BBs in these things and 9.6 volt batteries. So, nothing too crazy, nothing too beefy. Obviously, it's just a rental gun. But, a 9.6 volt battery is going to make your gun shoot perfectly fine. Our rentals run absolutely amazing off of them, and nothing to complain about there. Just a kind of an equal amount of power. If you want power and reliability out of your gun, definitely suggest a 9.6 volt battery. But you can go check out my battery video if you want to learn more about that. But onto the topic of this video, what are some common problems with these guns? Well, starting off with the G&G combat machine, a lot of them do break, but they only break in, really, it's about two areas. So here we play on something called semi-only. If you're not sure what that is, that means you're pulling the trigger one time, one BB is going to come out, and yeah, so what semi does to your gun is it puts it through a lot more stress, because full auto, you pull the trigger, it just keeps cycling on itself. When it's on semi, you pull the trigger, it shoots and stops, it shoots and stops, it shoots and stops. So obviously that's not quite as good for your gun, and it's going to cause a lot more wear, especially on the trigger contacts. The trigger contacts are the thing that when you pull the trigger, it moves a little metal bar into another piece of metal, and it creates an arc, and electricity goes through your gun spins, the motor turns, and your gun shoots. Okay, so trigger contacts are a very, very common problem on these G&G combat machines. Obviously it's because of the repeated use of semi-only, and that is a very, very big factor in this. Just people shooting over and over and over and over again. These guns are put through thousands of rounds, even daily, really. Some of these guns can go between 1,000 to 1,500 shots per day, really just depending on the person who's renting out. But it differs from everybody. But that is a very, very common problem on these G&G combat machines, is the trigger contacts burning out. So the next problem that is on these guns is the anti-reversal latch. Now, the anti-reversal latch is the little switch that whenever you shoot, it stops your gears from keep on turning so that you're not using full auto. Kind of confusing, I guess. You shoot the gun, it spins, the anti-reversal latch stops the gun. On this one, we have had a couple of these springs break, so whenever you shoot it, it doesn't have enough tension and it's not going to stay on semi, it's just going to go on full auto. So that is also a very common problem with these. But that's pretty much it. The G&Gs are a very, very reliable platform. The gears, the pistons, the springs, everything is pretty much fine. We have had a couple of air nozzles break from the gun getting jammed up, and then somebody keeps on shooting it because they're newer, they don't know. So that's also a problem, but that's sort of not the gun's fault, that's more so the person. So I'm not really going to blame that one on G&G. Okay, so for the Valkens, these things are kind of different. We have recently acquired these Valkens within the last few months, and we have had a couple errors so far. One being the Valken triggers on some of them are too short. So when you pull the trigger, the gun, it makes contact with the trigger contacts, but it doesn't go all the way through. So it only gets like a quick second of contact, and it doesn't get enough contact for the gun to shoot entirely. So you shoot the gun, and it'll kind of half cycle. You'll have to pull the trigger multiple times, like 3 and 4 times before the gun actually completely fires. It's not on all of them, but we have had a couple of problems with this, and I was actually reading up on the tech forums, and that is the problem. Before, I did not know at all what was wrong with them. I'd never seen anything like that before, but a lot of players have had experiences with these battle machines, and if that's happening to you, that's probably the issue. So all you gotta do is swap out that trigger, get a one with a longer bar so that you're getting increased contact, and you are good to go. Now, the next thing that is wrong with these things are the spur gears. The spur gear is the first gear inside of your gearbox. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, just go look up a picture on Google or something of a spur gear and you'll see. Those always have a really big problem with stripping out. Either between 1 and 5 teeth normally break. And these guns are relatively new, so it's kind of, I guess, the quality control on them. I mean, maybe it's not the best. I don't really know. I'm not sure how it works with them, but that is a problem with these. One thing that is pretty good on them is the trigger contacts. They have never burned out so far. We've been using them for about 4 months, I believe, somewhere around there, give or take a little bit. And we haven't had any problems. The motors are solid. They're good enough for what this is. The pistons are decent, and you know, the internals are good enough quality to withstand the pressures of being a rental. Which one do I like more? I really personally prefer the G&Gs, just because they're a little bit easier to work on, and they're front wired, so they do have the battery in the handguard. Just makes it a little bit easier for the customer to move the stock. That is one problem. These things are wired to the rear, and whenever you move it around, the battery wires might get mixed up a little bit and, you know, stop the stock from going, which could confuse anybody that is newer and doesn't know what they're doing. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video on common problems with our rentals here. I just wanted to make this video just kind of a highlight, just to show you guys, if you're in the tech world, like I was saying, you know, if you're curious about this kind of stuff, then this video is perfect for you. If not, I'm sorry, go check out the other videos. Hopefully those are entertaining and informational for you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video on some common problems with our rentals. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment saying if you've had any similar problems. Maybe you've had different ones that we haven't had yet, or, you know, maybe never will, who knows. So yeah, leave a comment, leave a like. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's Todd from Allstar Airsoft, signing out.